So we come together again this evening to bring our energies together, to work for ourselves, but also knowing that as we work for ourselves, we also work for humanity and for Mother Earth, for the ascension of Gaia. So we come into a feeling of higher purpose, beyond the ego self, which is, of course, self-centered, expanding into a more open consciousness, where we work not only for ourselves, but also for the greater good of the whole. So let us relax down into our bodies and bring our awareness to our breath. And we move more deeply inwards, coming into a deeper experience of our own being, our own self within. And we simply relax down into that experience, knowing that there is nothing to do, simply to be. A higher state of being than doing. And self-mastery comes when both can be achieved, where we integrate being into doing, a state which we call being in one's I am presence. So move your attention to your crown and call down the light of your higher self as your presence descends from your oversoul down through the multi-dimensions of self into your third dimensional presence as we affirm, I am. I am that I am. I am who I am and who I shall be. And we move our energy downwards through the base chakra, through the foundation, the pelvic area, and the lower chakras, down through the lower body, the Earth Star chakra below the feet, and connect to Gaia's core. As you move down into her core, allow your heart to open and soften as you connect heart and soul with the heart and soul of beloved Gaia. And be aware of your grounding, particularly of your base chakra. For Gaia's energy is extremely powerful at this time. And as you allow her energy to be drawn upwards into your aura and upwards through your central column, you can receive from her the powerful waves of energy which are being sent to this planet. So So we spend a few moments simply allowing, as we fill with higher and higher frequencies of divine love and light. So you find, as you come into that allowance, how your frequency rises. As together we move higher in vibration. So let us allow the energy to move around our circle through the high heart chakra. And we experience how our own energy strengthens. And become aware of your higher mind at the top of your head. And allow the energy to move around the circle, bringing our higher minds together. Nothing for you to do, you simply allow it to happen for you. Simply allow. And it takes place. And now feel the connection as the line of light between your higher mind and your higher heart. And we invite our fifth dimensional selves to be with us. So as the energy rises within this room, we call to the Arcturians, who are already present with us, of course, Hinioa and Juniano, the Temple Masters, and the Council of Elders, to activate the crystals and to bring the etheric Arcturian crystal temple into this room for us. And as you continue to relax and to let go, you gradually become aware of the Arcturian frequencies. You may see or sense or feel or simply imagine the structures of light, the geometries of light, and the beauty of this temple in the higher realm. So they raise the frequency of the temple according to our vibration, keeping the frequency just a little above your highest vibration, always stretching you a little higher. And as the group vibration rises, so they raise the frequency of the temple. And all you need to do is simply relax and receive. Nothing needs to be done by you, for all will be done for you and through you. So as you gradually come into resonance with the Arcturian blue light, you feel it within your heart and an expansion within your heart. As the heart softens, becomes gentle and tender, as you begin to surrender into the light within, surrendering the ego personality to a higher aspect of self. So the divine feminine continues to rise upwards through your aura, your energy field. Surrender to its embrace, to its gentle, comforting love, and allow yourselves to experience the gentleness which you have within you. As the shields of protection are allowed to fall, to dissolve, within the high heart lies gentleness, softness, and divine love. As Mary Magdalene brings her energy, so fine, as she moves into your aura, wishing to enter your heart, if you will allow her in. Surrender to her, to the divine, and become one with her. And if you feel a pressure within from the upward push, simply relax into it, surrender to it, and know that it is simply the divine merging into the physical, raising you ever closer to your fifth dimensional self. For whilst your fifth dimensional self will descend and wishes to merge with you, you also need to raise yourself upwards to meet your higher self. So one often talks about one's higher self, one's fifth dimensional self, and so on. But how much have you actually adjusted your beliefs and your thought processes, your inner beliefs and awareness, to actually commune with your fifth dimensional self? For you know that you already exist in the fifth dimension. So with our assistance now, we will send a transmission to help you. So first, within the center of the crystal temple is an etheric lake which contains a huge and very powerful crystal. It is a replica of the crystal which we use in our temple on Arcturus, but it is much less powerful as we bring it to you in a frequency which you are able to receive. So through your third eye, focus now on the etheric crystal and see how brilliantly it shines. The temple masters raise it above the water, and as they do, it becomes ever more brilliant until you see it as the most brilliant light you are able to receive. So simply relax now as we send this transmission through your third eye and into your being, as we work with your heart energy, with your thoughts and with your beliefs. So we raise your frequency a little higher for you. Bringing you closer to the fifth dimensional frequency. And through your third eye, we ask you to look a little upwards, to rise a little higher, and to see, to meet your fifth dimensional self. She, he, is you. You are her, him. So allow that meeting to take place. There is great joy in this meeting. For many of you have not really expanded your consciousness. Into communing with yourself, with your soul, with who you are. As this communion takes place, allow yourself to receive into your third dimensional presence the great love which she, he has for you. For there is only love. There is no judgment. Your fifth dimensional self simply loves you. Continue to see yourself, your fifth dimensional self, and know this self to be you, to be in oneness with you. She, he is in a light body, but looks the same as you. Has the same I am presence as you. So your fifth dimensional self is longing to merge with you, with your physical being, your human presence in the third dimension. But in order for this to fully become embodied, you must raise your frequency halfway. And you must learn love of self, for your fifth dimensional aspect cannot merge, will not merge into anything that is not of love. There is nothing that does not deserve love. There is nothing that needs to be forgiven, for it is only the third dimensional self that has judged and needs to forgive. Your heart, your fifth dimensional presence, does not need to learn to forgive, for it forgives naturally. It accepts all naturally. So come into your high heart, as your fifth dimensional self is with you now, and move ever more deeply into your heart, as deeply within as you are able to go. And make that simple shift where the ego self surrenders to the divine. Where you give up all need to do, to achieve, to be in control in any way, and you simply surrender through the heart to the divine. Releasing all control and finding the trust within. To surrender to what has been called surrendering to the will of God. So what does this actually mean? Surrendering to the will of God. For you have been much educated in fear of the will of God. But it is when you have the trust and the courage to make this surrender to the will of God that the Creator moves through you, that you feel in oneness with Creator Source, part of the Creator. And as this love flows through you, as you surrender fully into the divine flow, this is when your fifth dimensional self is able to be in charge. And as the fifth dimensional self takes charge, all that you need comes to you. All is in balance. When we trust, we are free from fear, for it is always the fear that blocks our fifth dimensional self from being able to manifest our needs. So feel the divine simply flowing through you, the infinite flow from Source. It flows downwards through your crown. It flows through your high heart from behind, through your heart chakra and out through your front. It rises upwards from the core of Gaia. And as you surrender to the light within, to the acceptance of your fifth dimensional self as part of you, as who you are, all conflict disappears and you find yourself in peace. And this is when it is said, you can do no battle. For so long you have battled with yourselves. You have been in conflict with yourselves. So your fifth dimensional self lives in the Christ consciousness frequency, which is the frequency within the depths of your high heart. So Jesus Ananda now ignites the core of your high heart to receive the Christ within. We raise your frequency again. And see yourselves rising meet your fifth dimensional self, your consciousness within the fifth dimension. As you rise, as he descends, as you surrender in love, and the merging takes place. You become a body of light and love within your physical body and throughout your expanding energy field. You feel the beauty, the peace, the bliss and the joy of this reunion. Which you have waited for so long. So the body gradually adjusts as we work with you now, working with your physical body. Working with its ability to be able to absorb the frequencies of your fifth dimensional self. Preparing you for full embodiment as each one of you works on one's own self-mastery. So all feelings of low self-worth, judgment of self, and lack of self-love simply have dissolved away. For they are not truth, and you now see the truth of who you are as you feel within you your light, your soul, your very existence. So your fifth dimensional self has only love for you in the third dimensional aspect, is forced to withdraw when the vibration lowers into negativity. So in order to maintain this connection, it is essential to refrain from negative thinking, which brings up negative emotions. But let us bring to you now the violet flame, the violet fire, to burn up any remaining feelings of low self-worth. As the violet flame fills this temple, swirls and vortices of violet fire swirling around you through your energy field. Into the very atoms of your cells, clearing old memories and releasing old fears. And as the violet fire works with you, purifying and transmuting, we ask you to remember, to know that you are loved simply as you are. There's nothing you need to do or to change in order to receive love. We simply ask that you open your heart sufficiently to allow the enormous love that we send into your heart. If you wish to allow yourself to feel love for us, love for Gaia, for Mother Earth, as you allow yourself to feel love, it enables us to send more love, as by feeling love and giving love, you also open to receive love. So go about your day with love in your heart. Meet with yourself, which you have called your fifth dimensional self or your higher self. And allow that shift from ego self to divine self, and embrace your light body. Remain grounded at all times to Gaia's call, to her new fifth dimensional crystalline grid. As the violet flame continues, feel your grounding into Gaia's crystalline grid and your oneness with her. And accept the power that lies within you as you simply let go of all the judgments and beliefs that you once held about yourself. And through your connection to Gaia's crystalline grid, she also receives through you the violet fire. So you become the open channel, bridging heaven and earth. And when the two come together, a bridge will no longer be needed. As all comes into oneness, through the love of the divine feminine, coming into the divine marriage with the divine masculine. So allow yourself to return to full presence within your physical body, and know that as long as you remain in your I Am presence, keeping your channel open, the divine will continue to flow through you. And you may simply open your eyes whenever you wish to.